cover if you have the brown ones. There should be a code. There should be a kid's name and a code.
So you need that sticky note.
So you are going to log in as that student. Now that student should be a recent user on your iPad. It should show up as a recent user. If not, you can go into period 6 for most of you and find that kid's name. And then just go ahead and log in with their 4-digit code. To not bug up like all the data in the iPad, because I think there's a maximum of 10 users, and then once like the 11th user logs in, it will automatically drop the user that was furthest from using the iPad. Does that make sense? So if the 11th user used it 4 days ago and all the other ones used it within 2 days, it'll drop out the oldest account on there. And it doesn't really matter if it drops out the account. It doesn't mean that that kid can't log in. It just means that it may take a minute or two to load all of his stuff in there. So they will look at the iPad, they'll grab their number. If you notice, there was an iPad number at the bottom of your home screen, so that's how the kids know exactly what iPad to use. And then if they're not listed as a recent user, they just simply need to go into other classes and just find their name based on the period that they have me for. I do have several kids that I see twice a day, and so I try to give them the same number. And that's just a simple assign feature in here. I can just assign them an iPad, and then the system will look for all the iPads that are in my possession, and then they'll automatically assign an iPad to a kid. Okay, so if you want to just start playing around on the iPads, open up some, apps or a web page or whatever. You are currently in period 6, or we're all in period 6. And so automatically you will see a couple things here. You'll see that, some of you are in Photo Booth, some of you are in Lightning Lab, or in Safari, or in iMovie. And it will actually show up on the screen, how many people are in Safari and how many people are in other apps or in the home screen. It'll also tell me if I have any kids with low batteries, which is awesome. So once it hits 20%, it'll indicate that they have a low battery. And I apologize if you guys have seen this demonstration before. Let's say I really need to tell you something, and I know that you're in Photo Booth, and I just really need you to listen and not be glued. I can lock you. And then I can give some instruction. Now I'm done with instruction, and I can simply unlock very easily, and it will unlock your iPad so then you can go back in. This works great too. So let's say that my friend Anthony is really struggling with what we're doing. I use Schoology every day, which I know a lot of you do too, and it's really great just to say, okay, I need to show you this folder in Schoology, and I can just automatically, I'll just do that right now. I'm just gonna open everybody into Schoology, and it should automatically go, which is really awesome. Okay, I'll unlock you. Let's say I found a really cool website that I really want you guys to all go to, and instead of what was the website, or my link's not working, let's say we're doing Adult Tools, I can navigate you all there. So that really helps with just like transitions especially. I have a kid who loves Photo Booth, and he would rather just sit and do all the cool filters on Photo Booth than write sometimes, which I think we all have that student. It's really great to be able to send them to an app and lock them in there so that we know exactly what they're doing. If you continue just to kind of play around with your iPads, I think you're all unlocked. I'll show you another really cool feature. If I hit screens up here on the top right, I can see everybody's screen. And I think it's like a 1 frame per second delay or something. I can't remember the specs on that. But I can see everybody's screen. So whoever Kira is, I can see what she's doing. And this works well, especially if you're a writing teacher. If you want to see what a kid is writing, or if a kid has a question like, what do you think about my thesis statement? I could just view his screen and read it right there and give him instant feedback instead of having a bunch of tabs open, which is what I used to do. I can group kids, and I could put, this table, I want all these guys over here in Photo Booth. I can navigate them to Photo Booth, and maybe I'll navigate these people to Schoology and these people to iMovie. I can group kids that way. So if they're working on a project, I can group them. I'm trying to think of what else. I use this a lot with like my Apple TV. So if a kid's doing a math problem and I want him to explain it, instead of like searching for it on his iPad, I can just simply AirPlay it up and it will automatically show on my Apple TV really easily. I'm trying to think of other things. That assign feature that I was talking about is on the left-hand side. I think the age-old question is, well, what about if my kid doesn't remember his password? Which happened today, actually. We're like 3 weeks in, and I had a kid forget his password. It's really easy. I just have to click on the kid and then click the password, and it will have me log in with my assigned Apple ID, and then it'll text me a code, and I'll just prompt him to change his password. So I don't have to wipe his stuff. I don't have access to all their passwords. Because it's private information, but if they do forget, it's very easy fix to just reset it.